everybody. Grant Miller here, Miami Community News. It's just an exciting time. Miami Community News, I'm going to get to you in a second. We're the #1 podcast location anywhere in South Florida. 35 shows a week we produce. But we have Mr. Davis here. Let's talk about you. Mr. Davis, how long have you been in Miami?
I've been in Miami all my life. I'm a native of Miami, born Overtown in a little house that was by the name of a lady was named Mary Pratt. And my mother had 4 kids. All of them was born naturally through a midwife.
Wow. Yeah. Do you remember the address?
I don't. She told me someplace on 1st Street and 1st Avenue, someplace.
So how old are you?
I'm 76.
So I'm just a few years younger. I'm 69. I remember when I thought 50 was old. I thought 60 was old. Yeah. I thought 70. No.
It's not.
We're in our best part of our life right now. So before we talk about that you're running for Congress, I want to know more about you. You're born in Overtown. What elementary school did you go to?
I went to 2 elementary schools. One was called Ponciana Park, but before that I went to a kindergarten called Cox Kindergarten. So I went to Ponciana Park. We was there, but the railroad track, we had to walk across the railroad track to get to school. So they built another school called Lily C. Evans, and when I got to the 3rd grade, they moved us all to Lily C. Evans, and that's where I graduated from in 6th grade.
Who was your favorite teacher?
My favorite teacher
in elementary school.
In elementary school was Miss Smith. I loved her because she used to take us to the library, and she had a wonderful voice, and she read us stories, and she allowed me to do some drawings.
During her classes or after class?
She would take us from the classroom, would walk us to the library, she'd read us a story, and she always say, "Marshall, I want you to draw me a beautiful picture of what you heard."
Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, junior high, where'd you go?
Junior high, I went to a school called Dorsey Junior High School.
Dorsey, D-O-R-S-E-T-T?
D-O-R-S-E-Y.
Oh, I see.
So
named after who?
Named after Dorsey, who is a very famous millionaire. That's should be very prominent in this community.
No, he sure is. What didn't he own a little island?
He owned a little island, Dorsey Island, right?
And what's it called now?
Fisher Island.
Yeah, people don't realize he was a black millionaire, owned that island.
Yeah.
And now it's incredible.
Yeah. He donated to school. Dorsey used to be a high school. So it was called Dorsey Senior High School. Matter of fact, my aunt was one year, I forgot what year, but she was the Dorsey queen. But one of the things that should have happened, that did not happen, Northwestern Senior High School was supposed to be named Dorsey Senior High School. But somehow they got tagged with the name Northwestern, and it's been a little scuttlebutt about changing the name. But I think it should be changed. I think Dorsey needs the recognition for what he did and who he was.
What he became was an incredible leader of Miami-Dade County.
Yes.
But, okay, we're going to keep moving forward. High school?
High school, Miami Northwestern. That should have been.
So now you're funny, he says it's Northwestern, but people call it the West.
Yeah, call it the West.
Okay. Who was your favorite teacher?
At Northwestern? Probably a guy by the name of John Glover. He was an art teacher and became he worked for the FBI there after, and he was involved in a lot of serious cases. John Glover.
Is he still alive?
I think he's still alive.
Crazy, My 2nd grade teacher, she's like 100 years old. She's still alive. Yeah. She still remembers me because I was always stuck in the corner of the room in a chair. I don't know why. Okay, you went to college. You went to Miami-Dade. Dade North? Was it Dade North?
It was Dade North. I went there for 2 years. Then I transferred to Florida Atlantic University in Boca Raton.
Okay, so you graduate college. What did you do after that? Because you have done some great things. I'm trying to lead up to it. We're going to talk about the congressional race, but what you have done, and I call it the North Side, but because I live in the South, the North Side. But so after college, what did you do?
After college, I got a job teaching. I started off as a substitute teaching. So
Where?
At different schools. I went to Booker T. Was my first school. I actually had a job substitute teaching. So because I have a diverse background in the arts, I have visual art skills as well as theater skills. I had different classes, so they allowed me to be in the art class as a teacher. But eventually I got taken out because they had this quota, and they had too many black teachers, so I had to go and let a white teacher come in.
What year was that?
This is back in the 70s, probably about 73, 74, no later than 75, but probably 73.
Okay, so what did you do after that?
I kept teaching. I went someplace else. I went to Charles Drew Middle School. Eventually, I ended up at Rainbow Park Elementary.
That's still around?
They just closed it. Rainbow Park Elementary. I was in the expressive art program for the North area, and I was teaching theater there. And got some number of students that's doing well. Some is working at the radio stations and other places. Some actually work for government. A person by the name of Misty Brown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to lead up to what you have done in the community.
So I taught schools for a number of years. Had a wonderful experience doing that. From there, I left and went to FIU as in the admission program, and I worked there for a number of years. And from that program, I went directly to the Model City Cultural Arts Center, which became the African Heritage Cultural Arts Center.
And you're still there?
I'm still there, which was renamed with my name on it, the Marshall L. Davis African Heritage Cultural Arts Center.
What's L stand for?
The L stand for lover. No, I'm joking. It's Lewis.
Hold on. Do it again. What's the L stand for?
Lover. Lewis.
Okay. That's very good. Very quick of you. Well, that's where I met you. I came up there.
Right.
Mr. Hunter, who happens to be here, brought me in and said, hey, I want you to see this. What that organization, I say that, not you. Your name might be on it, but you have a huge team.
Yes.
Of how many people?
It's about 16 people all total.
That 16 really is about 60 because they do so much work. How many kids go through your program?
We're talking about maybe 3 to 4, maybe 500 kids a year. But you can look at the numbers. We have an after-school program. We have a Saturday program. We have classes during the school recess, during the winter, and during the spring. And then in the summer, we have a very intense program that's anywhere from between 8 to 10 weeks.
Who funds that?
Miami-Dade County government. And we also get funding from other sources that help support the program. So it's a well-designed program. Very easy to say, we need you to support this program. And we get a lot of benefactors that has been very anxious and interested in helping us.
Well, it's a great organization. The facilities are incredible.
Yeah.
All right. Before we go on, how many children you got again? Did I ask you that yet?
Yeah, you did. 7.
7?
Yeah.
How many grandchildren?
16.
Boy, that Christmas must be big at your house. Holy, 16, ranging from, what do they range as?
Well, the youngest one is probably about maybe 5, and got a few that's already in college.
That's
ready
great.
to graduate.
Congratulations for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so you decided to run for Congress. Give me today, 100, it's been 100 days you got elected. What will you accomplish in the first 100 days?
The first 100 days, I want to look at, making things affordable, looking at programs that deal with education. We have what I call a 3-3 program. So that program is to bring down the cost of student loans, to take it to a level where people can manage it, can be affordable, and can be guaranteed that they can pay the amount of money they have to pay. A lot of times people are overburdened with too large a fee they have to pay. So we bring it down so they can get a loan at 3%, and then they have 3% of the discretionary funds that they'll pay back on every on an annual basis. So they know exactly what they'll be paying by the end of the year, and they could, because of the fee, they could pay it all at once and make additional payments. But I think this program is very affordable, it's very attractive, it'll get people excited about going to school and thinking that it's something I can do.
It's very misleading. Oh, we could get you federal money. We could get you loans. Well, if your job's not making enough, it doesn't matter. You borrow $100,000 and your job's only paying you $40,000. It doesn't work. Yeah. It's a very difficult time for young people going from high school to college and say, well, you get loans.
So we need to do a better job of preparing kids for that experience and knowing exactly what they're going to make. So they have all kind of assessment tests that a child could take and know exactly what field they want to go into, know exactly how much money they need to make, they will also know what degree of education, whether they need a master's, a doctorate, or whatever, to get the kind of salary they're looking forward to. So it's not going into something blind. You're going in well aware what my possibilities are.
Now you got me all riled up. This AI is changing the world. I have a friend who's a plumber, and I call him at 5:05. Hey, can you come to my house? He says, I don't work after 5. I said, what do you mean? He says, I make enough living between 9 and 5. And he says, plumbers make so much money. All my friends went to college, got a second degree, a third degree. He says, I was making a couple $100,000 right off the bat. So we, United States, have to get people ready for the real world. And it's tough. We don't know which way to turn.
I agree with you. I think it's nonsensical that someone goes to school for 12 years and don't come out with some type of skill or vocational training that they can say, I could walk out of the school and get a job. Everyone don't want to go to college. Some people want to just get to work. Some people are smart enough not to go to college.
Right. We have a dear friend here. He says the C students are the ones that make the money. Mm-hmm. And but as Rocky would say in one of his movies, you go to college, and when you're applying for a job, they know they show up to college, you studied, and you pay attention. So those are different things that we all have to look at for our future. All right, your district has changed. The one that you are going to be representing. It goes. What's the farthest point to the north?
Well, the farthest point to the north is Dana Beach. Then you go to the west of that, you go all the way to Pembroke and Miramar. And then you go south of that, you go to Miami Airport. And you go east of that, you go to the Adrian Arts Center. So it's a very different area. It's a very diverse area. It's an area that has a lot of affluent people, that have a lot of people that are challenged. The area I used to work in was a very challenged area.
What was your center? What was the address?
The address is 6161 Northwest 22nd Avenue. It's what is called Liberty City. And I came there. A lot of people thought that, what you going to try to do here? You can't do this in Liberty City. But here's what we done. We got a kid who came from the Scott Project, Liberty Square Project.
Liberty Square.
Liberty Square.
It's a little different now.
Very different now, much better. And he won an Academy Award. He got into Yale on his own.
Wait.
Yeah.
One of your students that went to your school, after school.
Yeah.
Went on to college.
Got a scholarship to go to Yale. Was a MacArthur Genius Award, and later wrote a movie that became an Academy Award movie.
Wow.
Won the Academy Award from Scott Project. It's because you got a program.
Isn't that Lake Scott? No, Scott Lake.
No, Scott Project.
Scott Projects,
yeah.
Okay.
You got Scott Project, you got Liberty Square. So he came from Liberty Square. So we designed a program. It's almost impossible for a child to go in this program Monday through Fridays, Saturdays, through the spring, through the winter, through the summer, and fail. We provide sequential learning, and when they come out of that program, they are skilled, they are competent, they're comfortable in doing what they have to do. It's almost impossible for a child to go through our program and become a failure.
Well, hats off to you and your team. We keep drifting. It's my fault. We keep drifting about what you've done in Liberty City. But, we say it's in Liberty City, but it's kids from all over Dade County come in.
Correct.
All right. So, okay, you've been there 100 days. What else would you accomplish in Congress?
Let's go back to this point about Liberty City and where I was and what I've done. Because what I've done could be done anywhere with the right staff and the right motive and the right intention. You just got to have the compassion to make things work. And though people like to confine me just to the arts, the program I designed could be for science. It could be for vocational. It could be for technology. It could be for anything. Anything that's considered a STEAM program or a STEM program, we can design a program that will benefit our students and really help them to capitalize on what is available to them in life.
So how can we do that in your district? What do we need to do to improve the people that you represent? Because your district is huge, completely. I looked at your map. You have multimillionaires, and then you have people making $10 an hour in your district.
Yeah. So we need to have a collective alliance of these individuals. We have the people coming in that have the resources. We just need to give them the compassion and help them to understand that they can make life better, not only for themselves, but for this whole district. We can be an example for the whole nation by aligning ourselves with the kind of concepts that I'm proposing to make sure that our kids are educated, make sure that the seniors are taken care of. Our senior program need to be looked at because right now we're heavily medicated. At my age, I don't take any medication.
Are you trying to tell me I'm medicated?
Are you? Are you?
No, sir.
Good. So, and that's a better way to live, to use your food for your medicine. So I think our senior program need to have that kind of option for seniors, that they can say, rather than go to the doctor and take a lot of medicine, be like the little lady that swallowed the fly, then she swallowed the spider, swallowed the bird, the cat, and next thing you know, you got all kinds of things running around in your system that's causing havoc in your life. food is your best medicine. And I understand that Western medicine is very good for any kind of thing that considered a challenge. But, the most healthy people are the ones that eat good food.
Yeah, well, I have that challenge. I don't eat that well. In fact, our producer, I took her for hot dogs for lunch today. Right, Priscilla? All right. So your district, Congressman Wilson did a great job. What will you do different?
Well, Congressman Wilson had a different job. She had a different community of people.
That's correct.
Yeah. So we have a very dynamic community, if I can get this position. As you said, we have people that it's very diverse. We have millionaires, we have billionaires, we have people that are economically challenged. We have new corporations moving in that we need to be aware of them and prepare our kids to get jobs with them. You got Spotify's coming in, you got Amazon's coming in, you got so many others coming in that can make that community very productive and vital. They have various art facilities, so we can use the arts to merge people together. A lot of things about us is that we don't understand each other. We don't take time. But through the arts, we can have these collaborations, we have these conversations, we can have these expressions, we can introduce ourselves to each other in a very impactful way.
What's your district? How many hundreds of thousands are there?
It's about over 800,000 people.
In that district?
In that district.
And how many vote? Do you know that number yet?
How many vote?
Yeah.
I don't have that number, but I'm going to increase that number.
And what are you doing different compared to the other candidates?
What's different about me, I think, is I've been in this community for a long time. A lot of people... 40-some years in the program.
In your program, right.
Yeah. But 76 years in Miami. I know South Florida. But I think it's a difference in me. I think people know me. I'm not the typical politicians. I'm not making a lot of conversations. I'm delivering results. And that's what my campaign is.
But there's no question. You have changed every child that went all the 300 to 500 kids every year that go through your program. You've changed them. You've opened the doors. You opened the ceiling for these children. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. They're all over the place. And I didn't do it by myself. I have some wonderful instructors. And it's about getting people inspired to do the kind of job that need to be done here. And the same thing that need to be done in Congress. We need to get a collective of people that really want to make this district and this state and this nation work. We need to stop fussing and fighting with each other, calling ourselves, Republicans or solely Democrats. We need to think of ourselves more as American. What is good for our community? What is good for America? That's what needs to be done.
You're absolutely correct. The sides are so split. And when we were growing up, a lot of those presidents, you didn't know what party they were. They were just trying to make our community the best place in the world. So let's get back to your district.
Okay.
It's huge. The distance is miles. So when you become a congressman, you have to represent all of them. That's going to be a difficult task. What would you do different than Wilson would do? Even though her district's completely different, what will you do in your district?
Well, one thing I would do is make sure I'm communicating with the people that have their hands on the button to make things happen. So you're talking about gathering the mayors, commissioners, you're talking about gathering different organizations, different corporations, and telling them we need them to have an effective role in our lifestyle and what we are going to make happen here. You just can't, I'm the genius, I'm going to make everything happen by myself. We need to talk to people. We need to talk to each other. We need to find out what is the concerns, or if you want to call it a problem, and we need to make that problem into a solution. And that's what I did at Liberty City, where I worked. I knew what the problem was. I knew education was a critical component of kids' success, and I used the arts to educate them. I used that as an effective means to get them to understand who they are and what they were capable of being. And the same thing can happen in this area. If we get people together and we inspire them to tell them, look, we're all human beings. We all have something unique about us that's different. When I taught art for soul's sakes. I like to do the same thing with the politics. Politicians should work for soul's sakes. They should be clear leaders. They should be people that as squeaky clean as we can get them. I've had a very squeaky clean reputation where I work. I'm going in with an ideal that, we need to do the right thing for the right reasons.
Well, I look at you and I go, what you have accomplished in Liberty City over these years. Liberty City was a difficult community years ago.
Yes. Every
community is difficult, but you have changed it. These parents, these kids. You open the doors for them. I could see when you get elected Congress, you'll open the doors for everybody.
I will. Yeah. Liberty City was once a vibrant, even Overtown was a vibrant community. Somehow.
But when you were born, Overtown was rocking and rolling.
Rocking and rolling.
And then, if I'm correct, some genius says, we're going to divide that town. We're going to put I-95, split Overtown. The other community was Lemon City, correct?
I could see the expressway from where I was living and where I worked. I worked at a place called Southern Farm Supermarket. We can actually open the door and look and see the expressway coming right towards us. And we know that was the end. We don't want that to happen again. And it could happen now to the Liberty City, Brownsville area. Right now, that area is the highest sea level area. And a lot of people are being talked out of their homes and selling it for peanuts. That's going to be, that's a very valuable land.
It's a crust. It's on top.
Yes, it's on top.
The first mayor of Miami, his house was right next to Ball and Chain because that was the highest point of the community. And I'm thinking, how do you know this 100 years ago? They just did. As people go now, if there is a flood, the Liberty City homes are above the sea level, correct?
That's right. We need to do something that recognizes the people that was there, have a pioneer legacy, historical plaque or something made to identify that area. We shouldn't forget the good that we have done, any of us, regardless of who we are. And I think it's very important for the people that came there, the Bahamians, the Caribbeans, the Black Americans, Trinidadians, whoever they were. They made that area what it is. It was diminished one time. We had situations of civil unrest. I came in right after that. That was no excuse not to improve. I took that as a way of saying we can change this community. And we change it by something that people would never thought could change it. We change it with ours. But we change it with sound, good programs that are developmental, that are sequential, that look at safety, look at people's well-being, and look at their development. Why can't we do that for the district? Why can't we do that for the nation?
Speak about Liberty City. My dear friend Sam Johnson ran the Liberty City Warrior football program.
Okay.
And he tried his best to make it happen. And it takes a lot of people to change a community. He was one of them, as you. So, all right. So, how many more days to election?
I probably have less than 30 days now. Yeah. But it's a challenge. When I came to Liberty City, it was a challenge. I'm willing to face the challenge. Unfortunately, before we knew that the district had changed or that Congressman Wilson was going to change, had a limited time. But, we can't back away from those things. This is very important. This is a lifetime changing experience. This is a new district. It's going to be probably one of the most prominent districts in the nation if we go at this the right way and we can align the right people together to make this happen.
All right. Mr. Davis, when's the election?
August 18th.
Absentees are going out soon, right?
Yes, I'm already out. I'm going out to every district and talking to folks.
Marshall, L. Stands for
Davis.
Davis Senior. And you were named after your dad?
I was named after my uncle.
After your uncle? Wow.
Yeah. He was a bridge man.
Where did he grow up?
He grew up he came from New Jersey. He was here in Miami for a while. Then went back to New York, opened up a business. One time he had enough revenue and dollars that they considered him a millionaire.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I appreciate what you've done for our community. Not Liberty City, the whole community.
Thank you.
And you have any questions? Do you have a web page?
Yes.
What is it?
What's my web page? MarshallDavisSenior.com.
You got it. Have a great day.
Appreciate you, man.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.